This is the next 9JY 45 RPM attachment, and as we left the last one, you remember the date code was 9/21 and this one's 9/34. So the last one was mid-May of 1949, and this is just the tail end of August of 1949. So let's see what's happened in the past 3 months. Not much, but this is still RP168-1 first series, but we've made some changes. One of the ones is what I told you about before, was the damping. The piston has been added to this right here to let the arm settle down easily. The post of the arm sits here. The arm post actually goes through this hole and the wires, but there's a rod here that hits this bar on the way down, and that also knocks the arm back out of the way. Anyway, when the arm settles down to the record at the end of the transfer, when the record sets down, this is a piston inside of a bore right here, right there, and that is, there's no lubrication, no oil, it's just air going by the piston, which guides the arm down slowly. And if you put any oil in this, you'll soon find out that the arm will never go back down to the record, because the seal will become so good with that oil that it won't let the arm settle down at all. It has to be absolutely clean and and free of burrs or any other obstruction. It has to move quietly and efficiently, just like you see it here. Now it's moving this way because I have the turntable up in the air. If you put it down level, it requires the force of the arm to push it back. Anyway, that's what happened there. Now, what happened to the turntable is kind of, in my opinion, sad, because no longer do you have the bright brass finish. You have a gold painted finish. It's the same casting, but you have a gold painted finish. We still have our revolving separators, which on this one were frozen. And interesting how I figured out a way to get these off without wrecking them. And that is take a soldering iron, a soldering gun, and put the tip right on that silver part of the rivet, and keep the heat right on there until it melts the old glue, and then glue. It is glue at this point. It's actually supposed to be oil. And then it melts it, and then you can pull these off without damaging them. Because if you break this rivet, and these separators separate from the gear part, you can't put them back together, and that's the end of the record player. So you have to heat this center part up. When the transfer of the heat from the rivet to the bottom of the gear will make the oil melt again and make it so that you can actually very carefully remove these. Don't pry against here. Don't put a screwdriver in between the separator and the shelf, the plastic shelf, or it will pop the top off. It'll pop the separator off, and then that's the end of it. Then you got to get another turntable and hope that it's good. You notice the pad is off this thing because it had curled up like bacon, and that's what happens to these things. So anyway, that's a brief look at the latest RP168 of the 9JY series. And I'm just getting ready to go to the Kutztown Radio meet, which I'm leaving tomorrow morning bright and early, and that'll be Thursday. And I'll be down there from Thursday afternoon through Saturday morning. And it's a great show. If you get a chance to go there, Google it on Google, of course. And it's Renninger's. It's the Kutztown, PA, Pennsylvania, antique radio show at Renninger's on Noble Street in Kutztown, PA. And it's a real fun show and a lot of stuff to see. It's probably the East Coast, I know it's the East Coast's largest radio show now, and it may be the nation's biggest at this point. It's gone kind of in the face of all the other shows which have declined in attendance because of the eBay effect on ruining all the collectibles market. But Renninger's has become bigger every time. It's a sold-out show every time, so it doesn't cost you anything to see it, so come on down. It's one of those shows that has no rules. It begins when the first seller gets there on Thursday, tomorrow, and it ends when the last one leaves on Saturday. So it's a great show, a lot of fun, and I'm going to be there. Don't know what I'm bringing, if anything. I haven't had a lot of time this year to get anything ready with family concerns and all that, but I'm gonna be there just to have fun. I'll be with my friend and his green Volvo station wagon with Connecticut plates on it. So you'll find me. I'll be there. See ya.